Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Listen, I have big news to share. No, it's not that I finally got a haircut. It's the fact that Street Fighter 6 has apparently finally leaked its release date. No, they didn't release the release date. They actually had the release date leaked. So Warrior64 here sharing the news. Street Fighter 6 is releasing on June 2nd, 2023, according to PSN, with standard, deluxe, ultimate editions. So apparently PSN apparently released these details far too soon. So we have a release date finally, and also 3 different versions of the game. So June 2nd, that's pretty far into the year. Traditionally, with the past couple of Street Fighter titles, we were looking at more around like a February or March release, and I believe Street Fighter 5 released around March of 2016. So people were February. It released in February 16th, 2016. So much earlier in the year. And that's generally when we expect big releases from Capcom to come. So there was some speculation that it wouldn't happen around that time, but that's very far into the year. And that also calls into question things like, Capcom Pro Tour CPT scheduling. A lot of people felt that Street Fighter V, one of the reasons that it was rushed on release, besides all the developmental issues that went into it, was the fact that it had to catch the upcoming cycle for the Capcom Pro Tour, which generally begins in around March and April. So it has to release prior to that, so people have their hands on the game, then it can match up with the Capcom Pro Tour. But this is dropping in June. That's a big leap from when we initially expected the game, and far into the traditional Capcom Pro Tour season. So they're definitely a ways out from releasing the game, 6 months from now. And as we can see here, 3 different editions shown here: Standard Edition, Deluxe, and Ultimate. Standard Edition comes with outfit 1, color 10 for 6 characters, special titles and stickers. When you upgrade, you get the 1-year character pass. So it sounds like you're going to get all the DLC for the first season with the Deluxe Edition. Then Ultimate Edition, same thing, but with the year 1 Ultimate Pass. So I'm guessing the speculation here that Ultimate Pass will include things like maybe certain stages, costume, cosmetics. So basically, you're getting more content. Deluxe Edition might be the most bang for your buck in terms of just getting the characters, and if you're not too concerned about cosmetics and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not going to be here for a while. So that means we got 6 more months of Street Fighter V to play. Isn't that what everyone wants to do? Isn't that the great big news everyone was waiting for? To be honest, I feel like I don't really mind, because I want the game to be finished, right? I want Capcom to not feel pressured to release the game prior to it being ready. Preheat the oven, let it slow cook, let it marinate, finish the product. Because the number one issue with Street Fighter V, I always repeat this point, was the game came out of the oven too soon. 2 years too soon, in my opinion. I think when Arcade Edition released, that's when Street Fighter V was a viable product and a respectable gaming product that could be sold at a $60 price tag. Season 1 of Street Fighter V, absolute sham. Like, there's no recovering from that first impression of a bad launch. And I think the industry as a whole has started to kind of veer away from these really horrible, buggy releases. Like, we've been getting that for the past, I feel like 5 years, 5-6 years. AAA games have been just releasing in horrible condition, and it's become the norm to release a buggy product and then try to save the product over the next couple months and retain the player base. And I think gamers are starting to get much more tired of that. And honestly, some games never recover from it. Like, I would consider Street Fighter V to be a game that in the public eye, and even in like the core FGC, the perception of its release tainted how it was perceived throughout its lifetime. Even though I feel like today Street Fighter V is a great game, I can't really debate or fault anyone really for having really negative opinions on Street Fighter V based on their initial impressions, because the game released like trash. It was garbage, had no content for like the average gamer to enjoy. It was buggy. There was tons of issues with the product. And even if the core gameplay was just like okay, it doesn't matter. The product was bad. It was a terrible product on release. So I'm not too bothered by this release date. It does kind of suck, because I feel like after this Capcom Cup that's coming up in February, I would like to hop on over to Street Fighter 6 as well. So there's going to be a lot of like dead air between Capcom Cup for like a competitive player like myself and someone who follows the scene, what's going to go on between Capcom Cup and Street Fighter 6, right? I guess we'll be playing other games in the meantime. Who knows? Like, I wonder if there's going to be any more Street Fighter 5 events. I guess there's also Evo Japan to look forward to. So let me confirm that really quick. Evo Japan will be on March 31st to April 2nd. So still not that far out, just like a month after Capcom Cup. You still have a couple months to wait after Evo Japan for June 2nd. So yeah, a lot of waiting will go before Street Fighter 6 releases, but we'll see if this date changes. Once again, this is just a leak that kind of appeared on the PlayStation Store. So, you know, it's kind of interesting to see this pop up here. And yeah, like we'll see if this really comes to fruition or not. If Capcom commits to this date, I have no reason to doubt that this won't be the date going forward. But at least we have some kind of information. Maybe this is what they're going to announce at the Game Awards. Who knows? But just a quick update for you guys. Figured I'd share that with you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.